and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to share with y'all how to make homemade Bisquick so you don't have to buy it off the shelf. You use Bisquick for a lot of different things. You can make pie crust, biscuits, pizza dough, and even dumplings. But you don't have to buy it off the shelf in that box that says Bisquick. You can take your basic ingredients that you've already got in your pantry and make it yourself. So y'all come on, and I'm going to show you this quick little video on how to make homemade Bisquick mix. Let's get started. Now to make your homemade Bisquick mix, you're going to need some all-purpose flour of your choice. This is King Arthur's all-purpose flour. You're going to need some salt. We're using pink salt. You'll be needing some baking powder. And there's two different ways you can do this homemade Bisquick mix. You can use 1 cup of lard, or you can use 1 cup of butter. Now the thing about this mix is if you use the lard, you can keep it in your pantry up to 6 months. If you use butter, you have to refrigerate it, and it's best if you use it within 3 to 4 months. But just if you use butter, make sure you do keep your Bisquick mix in a fridge, maybe in a mason jar or something, until you get ready to use it. Now to make this, you're going to use 6 cups of all-purpose flour. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to measure me out 6 cups of flour. Now I'm not measuring exactly. It don't have to be packed or leveled off. Just you need 6 cups of flour. Okay, there's my 6 cup. Now, if your flour has any lumps in it, you'll want to take a pastry brush, or you could even put this in like a food processor and make sure, or I guess a blender, and just make sure you get all the hard lumps out of your flour. And try not to make a mess all over my kitchen. But making this homemade Bisquick mix yourself, you know exactly what's in your mix. And now to that, we're going to put 3 tablespoons of baking powder. Now I buy the bigger box of baking powder and just keep it in a mason jar. So we're going to do 3 tablespoons of baking powder. And yes, my spoon has a big chip out of it. I dropped it in the floor, but I can't seem to make myself get rid of it because it's still a fine little wooden measuring spoon. How many of y'all out there has certain little things like that that you just seem to can't get rid of? And now we're going to put 1 tablespoon of salt. Now the salt is very important because you don't want to have to add that. The salt is what gives your bread that little flavor. So if you've ever made bread or something like that and forgot to add your salt to maybe a loaf of bread, you can only imagine how bad it tastes. Y'all ask me how I know. I have actually made a loaf of bread before and forgot to add my salt. So now that we got our salt, our baking powder, and our flour, we're going to give all these dry ingredients a good mix. Okay, and now for the lard, we're going to measure out 1 cup of this lard. Now if you're using butter, you could even use it straight out of the freezer and just grate it up right to your mixture and then chop it up. But today we're going to be using this lard right here so it can be kept on my pantry shelf and not have to be refrigerated. If you use the butter, you do have to refrigerate this recipe. So now we're going to add our 1 cup of lard. Get it all out of there. And now we're just going to start working this lard into our flour mixture. Now this takes a little bit, but just work it till you get all that lard worked in, and you want it sort of like a pea shape. You want all that lard to wind up being where you can't even hardly see it in this Bisquick mix. Now how many of y'all out there like buying those Red Lobster biscuits or making it from the Bisquick mix? Well, that's what made me think of this recipe today. I want to make some of the Red Lobster biscuits. So I'm going to make our homemade Bisquick mix to have it on our shelf so I can use this anytime I decide to make like a pie crust to make it easier. You can make a homemade biscuit recipe, just plain biscuits. But I'm going to be making some of the Red Lobster biscuits. Y'all comment down below if you'd want to see a video on the Red Lobster biscuits using this Bisquick. Now you can see how we've almost got all our lard worked into that flour. And you can't even see the lard now. Now I'm going to take my hands and fluff it in there real good. Just to make sure I got all that at the bottom of the bowl. Now there's our homemade Bisquick mix. Now I've got to find something to put it in. Now to store mine in, I'm going to be using this, I believe this is a gallon glass jar that pickles came in. And now we're going to add our Bisquick mix to this jar to store it in. Now if you're doing the recipe that needs to be put in the fridge, you could probably put it in any kind of plastic container or even a mason jar and store it in the fridge. This one right here can be put on my pantry because I used the lard. I got to get this last little bit in there. Now this right here, if you made a double batch, you'd fill your jar up. But this right here is plenty for Travis and myself. In the comments down below, y'all comment and tell what you've made with Bisquick before. You might give somebody else an idea of something that they can use this product to make it easier for them and cheaper. With the price of groceries right now, we need to use what we got and try to come up with ideas to make these products that they sell in a special box. You can do it yourself. They just don't want us to know that. Well, y'all, that's how easy and simple you can make homemade Bisquick mix. The next time you're thinking about buying a box of that off the shelf, think about what you've got at home in your pantry. You can take it back to the basics and use just what you've already got to make a lot of those specialty items that they sell. Bisquick's been around for a long time, and you only use the basic ingredients to make the Bisquick mix. It took me about 10 minutes, and I didn't have to buy it off the shelf. I hope y'all like this video, and if you do, don't forget to hit the hype button, give it a thumbs up, and like always, Travis and myself just want to say a big thanks for watching our channel, and happy cooking.